Top 10 heroes for the month of September 2019. I want to thank everyone that liked last month's video. It's my always most liked video. Had a fun making it. And also, I just want to mention that the last 90 days, I've had 287,000 unique viewers come and visit me here at OMG, which is going to be, for a lot of people, your Marvel Strike Force news headquarters. I would suggest subscribing because Marvel Strike Force news is scattered everywhere. There's no official forums, so some of the information's on Reddit, some of the information's in the data mine, some of the information's on Discord, some of the information's on the official blog post. I mean, there's just information everywhere, so I'm trying to keep everybody up to date. I'll make videos, and if you don't watch my video, I make one almost every day. You should be able to stay up to date. Also, I just want to mention next week, I'm headed out to Marvel Fox Studios headquarters there in Playa del Rey, and hopefully I will be seeing some new stuff. Now, the purpose of the trip is not necessarily just for Marvel Strike Force. There is a top secret game I guess we're going to look at. I don't know. I'm looking forward to meeting up with Casino again. Arnold T101 is going to be there, and I get to meet Valley Flyin for the first time. I've had tons of conversations almost daily with Paul, but I've never met him in person. So let's talk about the top 10 characters for the month of September. And I'm going to say Black Widow is not on this list. And I just want to talk about Black Widow and Captain America first because they are both characters that I'm extremely unhappy and disappointed with right now. And they are not making my list, and they have been largely considered to be the best two characters in the game since the inception of the game, but they have fallen off because of power creep. And I've been thinking about this. Why are they not that good right now? Why is it even hard to make a blitz team out of these two characters and get them to win in 8.3? I mean, you really have to tinker with them to get them to work. I think it's because on Black Widow, this camouflage tech, which is an amazing ability, gives speed up, clears negative effects, puts her under stealth. It's good, but it would be so much better if it gave her 50% turn meter or 50% speed bar so that the turn is not a complete waste because there's no attack. And in general, abilities that do not have an attack, that just do something, better be over the top amazing if they're not going to do any kind of damage to their team. And the same thing is true with Captain America. His middle ability, which gives defense up and gives out energy to the rest of the team, if it gave himself turn meter or gave part of the team turn meter, the ability would be instantly better. Those two characters could be right back on the top 10 of the list if that middle ability that does no damage on both of them gave themselves 50% turn meter, or if it gave the rest of the team like 10% turn meter or something like that, would change it infinitely. Now, let's get to the list. Now, this is going to be in no particular order. And so we're going to start off by talking about Nick Fury. Now, we're going to talk about a couple couples and pairs of legendary characters. This game right now is pretty much about the legendary characters. And the legendary characters, we're going to start off this list with Nick Fury. And power couples, we'll just talk about power couples. The power couple is going to be Nick Fury and his tank, Shield Security. Amazing. Now, to unlock Nick Fury is kind of controversial back in the day. It had to do with Kree minions. So Kree minions, even though they've been reworked, are a good blitz team. They can be used a little bit on defense, but they're nothing amazing, but they are an effective team. But 5 Kree minions at 5 stars to unlock Nick Fury. Nick Fury works with the rest of the Shield minions. Now, what I'm hoping is that we will get Agent Coulson in the game sometime, and that S.H.I.E.L.D. will have a place on defense in Alliance War. Right now, Alliance War is very offensive-minded. There's a lot of teams that can win always, no matter what. We're talking about Brotherhood, Power Armor, Ultron teams, and so on, but there's not a lot of teams that hold on defense. People are putting the best Kree team and Ultron on defense, but still there are tons of teams that can walk over them. X-Men can clear almost anything. Power Armor can clear almost anything. Brotherhood's good versus a lot of teams. So I'm hoping Coulson will come to the game and give us a very challenging team to beat on defense. That'll change the dynamic of Alliance Wars because right now, when I play in Alliance Wars versus a competitive guild, it is full clear versus full clear every single time. And so that has reduced that game mode to who spends money on the packs so you can clear first. It's become a very unfun game mode. full clear versus full clear no longer becomes about strategy or team composition. It becomes about spending money, and that's a little bit frustrating because it's almost become a useless game mode to me when you play full clear against full clear. Number 2 on the list, well, this is not in order, but the second one that we're going to talk about on this list is Phoenix. Now, she is probably the second most powerful character in the game, second only to Ultron, and she pairs up with her tank, Colossus. And Colossus is the best tank in the game when paired up with Phoenix. There's just so many crazy things about her. Now, the thing that is awesome, but also not cool, and I kind of like the way they did this, is that when she goes into her Phoenix and her summon comes out, that character is just over the top, just broken and very amazing. I mean, this right here just does so much damage and like blows everybody up. It's kind of fun. It's definitely a broken character, or just definitely overpowered. But the summon doesn't help you in raids or Fear to Darkness because the summon dies and then you have to spend to refresh. And the irony of this Phoenix character is that likely when we get into Ultimate 7, probably the best raid team will include Phoenix, but unfortunately you're going to have to spend money to refresh. You have to spend cores to refresh her. I don't know how I feel about that. I actually kind of think that's cool that one of the best characters, her main flaw is that she's not that great in raids or on defense necessarily in Alliance Wars, but she's still an amazing character. And again, I said matched up with her tank. Next, we have to talk about Vision. Now, Vision, for so many different reasons, is an amazing character. Key component to power armor. Works well on Avengers. Works well with Scarlet Witch. He does amazing things for tech because when he comes into battle and he spawns, he gives defense up to all tech characters. Defense up is amazing. I mean, this helps you protect your Ultron, helps you protect all of your tech characters. I mean, it can work well with Rocket and Starlord. This is probably one of the most universal best characters in the game. Right here, Solar Beam clears away positive effects. This right here, Dive Bomb, being able to ability block Ultron before Ultron can spawn his minions, just neuters Ultron. This has been one of my favorite characters and continues to be one of my favorite characters, and he's a key component to power armor, and the power armor offensive war team easily makes my list. Love this guy. I will be taking him to tier 13 as soon as I can find those little blast pieces. Captain Marvel. Okay. Captain Marvel. If you've watched my channel, you know that I have had mixed feelings about Captain Marvel. But it really comes down to is that she is amazing on defense in Alliance Wars. An 80,000 power Captain Marvel can take on a 200,000 power Wakandan team, the entire team. A lot of it has to do with the healing. This binary ability right here, one shot kills so many characters turn one. And you can pair her up with characters like Loki. Loki goes first, puts a defense down, and then she just blows up somebody, and then you effectively have a 4 versus 5. She works well on like 20 different teams, hero brawlers, Avengers, so on. She's just a good standalone character. I will be putting a T4 on her Warbird right here, which clears powder effects. There's nothing bad. Another thing, too, is that almost everybody has Captain Marvel. Everybody has Captain Marvel. For most people, this should be your best character in your entire roster. The only characters that I think is better than Captain Marvel individually would be Phoenix and Ultron. Phoenix is one of the insanely hardest characters to get as far as legendary event, requiring that atrocious villain mystic controller legendary event, that 6-star unlock that doesn't really even make any sense. And Ultron is the ultimate chase in this game currently. So Captain Marvel, I would suggest putting all of your resources into Captain Marvel. If you have Captain Marvel, she will be your best character. She's probably one of my best characters in the game. And she's useful on so many different teams. That is all I can say about Starlord. Okay. I love Starlord. I love Rocket. I love Groot. And I gotta say, as soon as you can get Starlord, you should. All of the Guardians are useful. Gamora can be put on a hero brawler team. Rocket and Groot and Starlord together work on so many teams, like paired up with Minerva and with Thanos. Mantis and Drax can be paired up with Ultron, and they can protect Ultron. The 5 Guardians needed to unlock Starlord, and then those characters are the primary characters needed to build one of the best raid teams, which is called BKT, it's kind of a meme, best Kree team, which includes Minerva and Thanos. And they're also the key components to getting Ultron, the best character in the game. Starting off in the game, go for defenders, but really the focus should be on Guardians. There's really not a bad Guardian currently. Maybe Gamora is the weakest one, but she's still useful on a hero brawler team. Mantis and Drax, they're all good. And Starlord is pretty much their leader. And I just have to say, Starlord being a legendary character, if I was starting brand new in the game, I would be doing everything I can to get Starlord unlocked as quickly as possible because all the components of the Guardian team are useful in so many different places, and it's not cookie cutter. They all get mixed, matched, and put in different places, and I love that. It drives me crazy when you're kind of forced into a cookie cutter team, and the character is not good anywhere else except for on that team. And there's a lot of characters like that, but it just seems like the Guardians, on an individual basis, most of the characters can be placed into different places. Next, Ms. Marvel. Okay, Ms. Marvel's on this list because she is farmable, and she's probably a go-to character that people can get very quickly, and she is the engine, the leader, the hero of the hero brawler team, and hero brawlers can be almost anything. She's like the catch-all for hero brawlers. America Chavez, of course, should go on there. She's has a miniature leadership ability on her passive that gives them more health, but you could put Black Panther, you could put Spider-Man, you could put Miles Morales, you can put Gamora, you could put Captain Marvel. Oh my God, Captain Marvel on this team. There's so many characters that can be made to do a hero brawler team, and it all has to do with this assists. And boy, with Captain Marvel, you could delete a character turn one so easily with this ability right here. There's just assists on assists on assists. You have to kind of learn how to play it because who you target. So even if you're doing an AoE ability with Black Panther, who you target, the assist will go to that. So there's a little bit of a learning curve on how to play this team, but definitely makes the top 10 just because she kind of collects all of your leftover hero brawlers. Even Wolverine can be used on hero brawlers. Okay, next we have to talk about Magneto, and Magneto, of course, is one of those power couple characters. We already talked about Nick Fury and his tank, Shield Security. We already talked about Phoenix and her tank, Colossus. Magneto is paired up with Juggernaut. Now, his kit is amazing, and I am missing the T4 on Polarized Beam, but this magnetic vortex and having the ability to go first and basically effectively blind the whole team is amazing. And there's a couple characters that can neuter this ability: Phoenix, Rhino, even Black Widow to a certain degree. This makes being able to clear negative status effects on the opponent's team very important. Now, what that means to me, though, is that I take Magneto against teams that don't have a solution to Magneto, and you win. This is like an auto-win team with the Brotherhood, and this team has been out for a minute, but it has been one of the best teams. Magneto easily makes this list as being one of the top 10 characters in the game. Now, Ultron. Now, I did not have Ultron the last time I made this list, and I had been saying for months now that Ultron's the best character in the game. I didn't know how good Ultron was. This is like playing Marvel Strike Force 2.0. It's like a new game once you unlock Ultron. Ultron is hands down quite a bit better than every character. Now, he's susceptible to mass AoE and killing the minions, but once the minions come up, he's pretty much invincible, and the minions come up and give him turn meter, give him buffs, and I can put all the T4s on him. A run, don't walk. Go into the Fear to the Darkness. It does require getting 5 characters at gear 13 to enter the Fear of the Darkness. The primary engine to complete Fear of the Darkness timely manner would be Minerva. And the whole team can be built around supporting and protecting Minerva. So common solutions to that would be Starlord and Groot. Maybe even Jessica Jones, maybe even Nick Fury and his tank. There's tons of ways of beating Fear to Darkness, but it's all about Minerva, and getting energy to Minerva, usually through Starlord. Ultron's the best character in the game, easily, and he should be. I gotta tell you, I really felt something when I unlocked Ultron. I earned unlocking Ultron. It took months, and it was very satisfying. Plus, there is a ton of gold in those missions, and there is a ton of characters from Mega Orbs. So I would say whatever you got to do to get Ultron, if it means refreshing cores to get these superior unique pieces right here, like I'm 8 out of 12. If you have to refresh this daily supplies to get these, do it. It is worth it because, my goodness, the amount of gold, you probably get like 25 million gold by going through Fear of the Darkness, and the amount of orbs you get, which are mega orbs, and the longer you wait, the more useless mega orbs become, because right now when I get a mega orb, I'm just going to get Ultimus, something useless in there. And why is Wolverine in there? That is the most frustrating thing in the world, to pull 50 or 100 Wolverines, and it just goes, oh, what? Hulk is not available anywhere in any orb, so why is Wolverine in any orb anywhere? It's horrible. Drives me insane. Sorry, that was a little tangent there. Minerva. Okay. Minerva is amazing. Minerva is the key character to unlock Ultron, and people say, like, well, how does that work? Why? Well, it has to do with this ability right here that steals 15% max health. So that's like monster damage. In Fear of the Darkness, all the characters have monster amounts of damage. So this will do like 100,000 damage to each character, and it'll give your entire team full health. Boy, she is just like the amazing sustain engine for raids. This ability right here can revive, and it's a useful revive because they get death proof. So sometimes when a character revives, they just instantly die. No, they're going to stick around for a little bit. And every time someone on the other team, usually it's minions, dies, she's giving health to the team. And then if somebody on your team dies, like one of the shield minions that Nick Fury spawns, it's getting speed bar to Minerva. So Minerva, one of the top 4 characters in the game. If I'm going to say the top 4 characters in the game are Ultron, Phoenix, Captain Marvel, and Minerva, all for different reasons. But Minerva is a raid goddess. Get her. And she's viable at any star level, any red star level, with no T4s. This is a really big deal. Like, a really big deal. And pairing her up with Thanos, Rocket, Starlord, and Groot makes what they call the BKT, Best Kree Team. It's a meme. It's a joke. Because she's the only Kree on it, and basically the best Kree team doesn't have any Kree on it, just her. Just basically what the meme was saying originally is that any team with Minerva is good, and that is going to be the best Kree team. Minerva plus any other 4. It's not true. The only problem I have with that meme is that Captain Marvel technically is Kree also, and she's not on that best Kree team. And then lastly, Nobu's trash. This has become like a running meme on this channel where I scream and rant about Nobu. And the reason why I really do not like Nobu and I say Nobu is trash is because a year ago this time, the developers said in a blog post, pretty much in response to the community outrage with how Nick Fury was unlocked with horrible trash Kree minion characters. And they made a promise in the commitment to the community that if they were going to require a bad character to be required as an unlock for a legendary character. Back then it was Kree unlocking Nick Fury. And what they did is they reworked the Kree. And then more recently, they required a terrible character like Nobu and Hand Assassin to be required at 6 stars to unlock Phoenix. And I'm telling you right now that Nobu is trash. And they made a promise to the community last year that they would not require us to upgrade and develop out trash characters to unlock legendary characters. I'm telling you right now, Nobu is trash. They know I think Nobu's trash. I think Nobu deserves a rework. So that is the list. Just want to thank everybody for all the support. And guess what? Now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person who likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star, no 9-star, 12-star Ultron. This is not a scam. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Ultron, and of course my giveaways are fake, just so you know. But Ultron is so good, my guys. It's just like he is, I've had him for a couple weeks now, and mind is blown. I am not exaggerating that it's like playing Marvel Strike Force 2.0 once you get Ultron. And it is kind of a have and have not thing. So watch the videos that I have about how to unlock Ultron. I gotta say, as soon as you get Minerva and you unlock Minerva, take her up to 13 and take 4 other characters with her and just get started. in Fear the Darkness. Take them all up to 13. Of course, there's going to be some better characters than others, but I probably said this more than once in the video. Get Ultron. Get Ultron. It's amazing. All right, guys. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming.